Everybody, and welcome to Slowpoke Racing and to the Ultimate Racing League. Now, I'm sorry if you've joining me again for the second time. I thought I had some difficulties first time round. It wasn't showing. I'm actually broadcasting, so I'm sitting here talking to myself as far as I'm concerned. Now, I'm just waiting for confirmation that we are actually broadcasting. Before we've got one watching, so I must be doing something right. So if we've got somebody who's joined us, thank you very much. I'm hoping that's my technical engineer telling me that we are all good. So we'll get back to where we were. So yes, I don't normally do a Saturday, as you all know, especially a live stream on a Saturday, but Ruthless Rufus, who would normally cover these races, isn't doing it because, well, he's racing. And this is his final race of the championship. Sorry if I sound a bit distracted at the moment. I'm trying to get all this to make sure it's working. Yeah, this is the final round of the championship, round 9 of 9. So final race, and Rufus is actually going to be racing in it. So he's asked me if I'd do a live stream for them. And yeah, as I said before, who can turn down Rufus when he asks you so politely? So if you do want to see what's been happening in this championship, if you head over to Ruthless Rufus on YouTube, and you can watch the previous 8 rounds, and by all accounts there have been some cracking rounds as well. So yeah, head over there and you can see what's been happening, and it's all added up to this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the league table as it stands going into this race, or at least the top 5 anyway. So you get an idea of what's happening. Excuse me. So top of the table then is Stormfly on 279 points. Unforgiven is second in the championship on 205 points. Ruthless himself got on. Rufus, he's on 173 points. What a result for him. Grasshopper, not that far behind actually, on 166 points. He's in 4th. And just 1 point behind him is Slushy 6. Now, I believe that is Pete. I'm not 100% sure, but I think Slushy 6 is Pete. But yeah, Slushy 6, 165 points. So it looks like Stormfly's pretty much wrapped this championship up and isn't really going to get caught. Unforgiven, he's looking okay for second, but Ruthless snapping at his heels there. Now, I'm just trying to work out if he can be caught. And to be honest, if they stick to the usual rules of double points or something like silly like that, then he could catch him. I don't know. The battle really is on for third, because Ruthless is on 173, Grasshopper 166, and Slushy 6 on 165. So that's where the battle seems to be going to be taking place for that third finishing spot. Now I am just having a look at my iPad, and bringing nothing up. So doesn't tell me anything, does it? Let's come off of that and try that one then. No, I've given up with that. I've given up with that. So if anybody does join us, you'll have to say hi, and I'll try and read it from the screen. The iPad's not behaving itself. Now then, we are just waiting for the start of this race. We're just waiting for a few guys to start. Now they're scheduled to actually start at 1:45, so I know I've come on a little bit early. So let's just have a quick look, shall we, and see who's out on track. We've got Bright the mechanic. He's out there in the Supra. You're not going to miss him, are you? Unforgiven, now I don't know if they're all in the Supra, I'm not sure, but Unforgiven, he's also in the Supra in the Tetley T livery. Then we have Pete. No, he's in the BMW, so it's not on a one make thing. I'm not that familiar with it all because, as I say, I don't normally cover this. I'm just going to swig a coffee as well, and you've got about 10 minutes actually. So if you do want to go off and get yourself a brew, or a glass of juice, or a glass of whatever it is you like to have a drink while you're watching these races, go off and do that. Get your favourite snacks and get yourself back down here seated, ready to watch at round about 1:45 is when they are planning on starting. So I'm just going to have a quick look at some of the cars out on track. So Pete in the BMW, I believe that's the sprint model. Then we've got Mr. Cool Runnings. Mr. Cool Runnings now then. That's a new name to me. I have not seen... thank you, Ian. Ian says we're all good, so thank you for that, mate. Mr. Cool Runnings, I've not seen Mr. Cool Runnings on track before. What a fantastic livery he's got on that Porsche as well. So Cool Runnings, I believe, is... well, he's obviously taken that from the film, hasn't he? What a brilliant film that was as well. So I'm already liking this guy. Looks like he is from Holland or the Netherlands. So it'll be interesting to see what Mr. Cool Runnings can do. Then we've got Mini, another new name. Well, it is to me anyway. Mini, and what's he in? He's in the buzzing thing, isn't he? The RX-7, is it? Great car, horrible noise. But that's Mini for you out there. Then we've got a very familiar face to us all, Sid the Sloth. We always love to see Sid the Sloth out on track. It's not a race unless Sid's on track. So great to see him out there. Then we've got Stormfly, leader of the championship. Well, winner as well. Wow, that is one busy livery. So well done to Stormfly for that. Doesn't look that busy from the front, does he? But wow, look at the back of it. You are not going to miss that. Who else we got out there? Hawkeye. We've got Hawkeye in the Lamborghini, and let's have a look at the livery on that. Can't quite make it out from here. Ducati, is it just a Ducati livery? I don't know. Love the red though, great colour, absolute great colour. Then back to Bly the mechanic. So we will exit out of there, and I don't want any of that, do I? So what we're waiting for really is confirmation that we're going to start. Now then, a little bit about the race itself. 26 laps ahead of us. Around, I've not even told you where we are, have I? Get myself all excited. Now, we are at the Autodrome Lago Maggiore. We're on the full track. It is fictional. 3.6 miles, 17 turns. I actually love this track. Quite technical really, but a great fast flowing track nevertheless. As I've already said, 26 laps. Now all tyre compounds have to be used for a minimum of 3 laps, so that's the softs, mediums and hards. That rule usually goes out the window if there's any wet stuff, but I don't think it ever rains here, so it will just be softs, mediums and hards for a minimum of 3 laps. And the grid, well, this is an interesting one. It is the grid order is set by a random number generator on Rufus's phone or tablet or whatever it is he uses. So there's no qualifying, there is no championship order, there is no reverse grid or anything like that. It is a randomly generated grid. Now we did try this on a Wednesday championship last season with the BTCC. Now it's a proper Marmite thing. Some loved it, some actually hated it. But it seems to have gone okay on the Saturday championship, so that's how the grid will be set. Now I'm not sure if Rufus has actually set the grid yet. He may have already picked it, he may be just waiting for people to join. It looks like we've got 10 out there at the minute. Sorry, I'm just finishing off my coffee. It looks like we've got 10 on the grid at the minute. Hopefully we will get some more join. It looks like one more's decided to join in. So who we got out there then? We've got Stormfly, we've got Grasshopper, he's in the RX Vision, we've got Bry the mechanic, we have got Derview, Mr. Cool Runnings, Unforgiven, Rufus, Mini, Pete, Sid the Sloth and Hawkeye. So if you've joined us tonight, thank you very much for joining us. Say hello, let us know who it is who's actually watching. We're just waiting for this race to start. This is the final race of the Saturday Championship for the Ultimate Racing League. Everybody in a GR3 or Group 3 car, and 26 laps around Lago Maggiore. Now, if you do want to follow what's been happening in this championship, because this is the final race, if you head over to Rufus, I'll get it out in a minute, Ruthless Rufus on his YouTube channel, then you can follow everything that does. He does some great streams on there, and good coverage of the races. So this is just a one-off for myself. I don't normally cover the Saturdays. I have done in the past, but other commitments have not allowed me to do it this season. So if you're looking at that screen there and you're wondering why the super fast 17 is on screen, it's just that I was using it to do the weekly challenge. Not a great car, I must admit. It is very understeery and doesn't like to slow down much either. So quick look at the time. We are fast approaching Q2, so I'm just, well, waiting to see what's happening. There's still a few guys out on track. Mr. Cool Runnings has parked up. He's well, I don't know what he's doing there. He's probably just checking the map, make sure he's going the right way. Then we've got Mini in the Mazda. Stormfly is out there having a practice in the AMG. The Lamborghini of Hawkeye. Then Rufus sitting in the pit. Rufus actually hosting this race, so he's probably just trying to sort the grid and everything out. Then we've got Pete in the BMW. Dirk also running a Supra. Excuse me. Unforgiven in another Supra. Then we've got Sid the Sloth. These in well, it look like the Jag actually. Let's quick look. Yes, it's the E-type, F-type. Sorry. Cadbury livery, fantastic livery for that one. That's probably what he's going to be using on our new Wednesday challenge as well. We have got the Group 3, Group 4 Jaguar Championship that just got underway this week actually. Hawkeye in the Lamborghini, he's just well, he's just checked his map as well. And then back to Rufus. So we're just, like I say, waiting for the guys to actually start. He said he was going to give me some sort of confirmation. While I'm doing that, I just want to give a big shout out to URL sponsors, and that's W.GG, the energy drink for gamers, and also Eldridge Air Conditioning. We really appreciate your help and support this season in getting the races out to everybody and getting the races on actually. Eldridge Air Conditioning, or Harry Poppins, does actually supply trophies as well to championship winners, which is well, that's just jolly decent of him, isn't it? So I am, as I say, just waiting for confirmation that the race is about to start. Just waiting on Rufus to set the grid. As I said, it is a random generated grid. Brian the mechanic in that fluorescent Supra, you really are not going to miss him on track, are you? Brian the mechanic, very quick guy actually. He's got his own YouTube channel and he does a lot of streaming on the dailies. Unforgiven saying hello. Hello mate, how come you're chatting to me? You should be racing. You should be concentrating on what you're doing, not having a chat with me. There he is, look, there's Ruth. Oh, that's why he's sitting in his car. That's why he's parked up. He's texting me, he's having a chat with me. And I appreciate it. But you need to get out there and get some practicing doing. Second in the championship. Oh, multitasking, he says. Multitasking. I thought only women did that. You've got a championship to win, or at least a P2 to secure. Be nice to see Unforgiven picking up a trophy. Unforgiven, obviously, the... well, we call him the CEO, actually, of Ultimate Racing League. He is the big boss. He who must be obeyed and all that sort of stuff. So always good to see him out on track. So, like I say, we are just waiting for the race to start. Now, we are... There we go. Unforgiven's put a little picture of a trophy up. Yeah, absolutely. So you should get a trophy as well. So, I'm going to keep flicking, and I apologise for this, I'm going to keep flicking to the guys on track, because I don't know what's happening as far as the race goes and how you can actually see it. Well, it does look like all the guys are going out on track now. What we normally would do is get everybody to come out on track at one of the first corners so that we just know everybody's out there. So it looks like that's what's happening. So we could be getting ready for the actual race itself. Let's have a look at the time, just after 2:15. It's scheduled to start at 2:15, so with a bit of luck, we are getting ready for the off. So 26 laps around the fictional track of Autodrome Lago Maggiore. Hope I have said that right. Stormfly saying have a good race, guys. Yes, absolutely, have a good race. Stormfly got this one in the bag. I think he's pretty much sewn this one up at the top of the table. I'm going to come out of this and then I'm going to go back in again and see if it shows that. No, it doesn't. So yeah, Stormfly top of the table then, 279 points. Nearest to him is Unforgiven on 205 points, and Rufus just sitting behind on 173 points. Then we've got the battle stuff for in 4th and 5th, Grasshopper on 166 and Slushy 6 on 165. Well, it now looks like we are getting ready for the actual start of the race. If I can get the right camera angle going. Let's get some details up as well. So Mr. Cool Runnings then, looks like he's got pole position. Brian the Mechanic second, Unforgiven third, Mini is fourth. Then we've got Sid the Sloth, Peter, Rufus, Grasshopper, Stormfly 9th, Dirk 10th and Hawkeye 11th, and that's the grid lineup for this race. And we are away into turn 1. Very tricky turn 1, because you are immediately thrown straight into turn 2, and you don't want to get on the power too early, otherwise the back end is going to spin round. But Mr. Cool Runnings in that Porsche is off and literally running, trying to open up a bit of a gap back to Brian the Mechanic in the Supra. Those two guys running the soft tyres. Unforgiven just behind, he's chosen to go with the hard tyres for the first stint. Oh, and Mini's just got by him, so Mini on the mediums in the RX-7 has made the move on Unforgiven, but Unforgiven fighting back, and these two almost side by side, giving each other plenty of room as they come around turn 5. Now remember, there are no corner names for these turns on this track. It is a fictional track, so they are just numbered, but Mini moving up into third after that little battle with Unforgiven. Unforgiven running hard tyres though, remember. Stormfly chose to go with the softs. He wants to try and dominate very early on, doesn't he? And he is giving Unforgiven all sorts of trouble. As they get onto the straight and down the hill towards turn 11, real sharp right-hander. Nick as much curb as you possibly can and don't push it too hard, otherwise you end up out in the kitty litter there on the right. Great shot looking backwards towards turn 11. Pete in 6th then, Dirk in 7th, Hawkeye 8th. Then we've got Rufus, Grasshopper and Sid the Sloth bringing up the rear at the minute. So Sid's obviously had a bit of an off, I think. Although that Jack is not the fastest thing off of the line. Oh, and he's got that turn all completely wrong, hasn't he, at turn 13. But back up to the top then, Mr. Cool Running still out in front in the Porsche on the soft tyres. Absolutely love the livery on that car. But he is being harassed by Brian the Mechanic. Brian the Mechanic in the Supra, a very quick car on a straight line, and good defending from Mr. Cool Runnings into turn 1, into turn 2. Brian the Mechanic trying desperately to get his car on the inside of Mr. Cool Runnings so that he can make a move on him, but brilliant defending from the Dutchman through these early few turns. Through turn 4 then, as they start on down the hill towards turn 6, Brian the Mechanic just getting a little bit squirrely on the exit of turn 4. Sorry, turn 5. They're going around turn 5. I'm getting myself mixed up now. Mini still in 3rd. Stormfly, he's managed to get by Unforgiven, but you would expect that anyway. He is on the soft tyres. Remember, Unforgiven running the hard tyres for the first stint. Now they have to do a minimum of 3 laps on each tyre, so I'm not sure how the tyre wear or anything is set up. It could just be 3 laps for Unforgiven and then he's on to the next set of tyres. But it'll be interesting to see how he gets on. Pete all over the back of him though, on in 6 in the BMW. Then we've got a bit of a gap then back to Dirk in the Supra. He's on the hard tyres as well. Now the Supra, a fantastic car, a little tricky to handle in the turns, but very quick in a straight line. But once you've got the hang of it, it can be a beast of a car, really. He's coming under a lot of attention though from Hawkeye in the Lamborghini, all-rounder, the Lamborghini really. Taking a very tight line that he is on the soft tyres, so he should be able to take the tighter lines. Now the thing is, you are only going to get a few laps out of the softer tyres, and I'm shooting up back up to the top because we did have a change of lead, and I'm sorry I missed that. Brian the mechanic has now taken over the lead from Mr. Cool Runnings. Mr. Cool Runnings has dropped down into second, and he's going to have a bit of a hassle from Stormfly now. Stormfly in the AMG. I think it's the 20. Pretty sure it's the 20. Let's have a look. Oh, it doesn't say, does it, if you flip from one to the other? I thought it might. But Stormfly currently sitting in third. Now, Stormfly really doesn't have to race that hard. He has got this championship shown up. But the competitive nature of Stormfly is going to push him to make a win out of this one as well and go out with a big bang. So Stormfly soon, well, he'll want to be up at the top, won't he? He's on the podium at the minute, but a long way to go in this race. Mini sitting in fourth in the RX-7, the Wasp, as some call it, because of the noise it makes. Great livery as well. The guys have really gone to town on the livery, haven't they? They've put some fantastic decals, is it? Decals, whatever you call them, on the cars. Great looking motors out there. Pete in the BMW, sticking to the back of Mini like glue. Let's jump on board with Pete, shall we, and have a quick look as we go around. Where have we got? Turn 11. We're down at the bottom of turn 11. I lost myself then. I need a sat nav. So Pete all over the back of Mini then. A quick look behind us, and there is nobody challenging at all. So Pete, full concentration on the car in front as we come around turn 14 for the third time into turn 15. Then this left-hander of turn 16. Ooh, that's a bit risky there, Pete. You go over that sausage, and that yeah, you're going to get a penalty. But he was lucky the car didn't get spun then, because that curb can grab hold of the car and just pull it around. But now, great exit though from turn 17, which puts Pete on the inside, and looks like he's going to get the move done into turn 1. Where is he? Where is he? He's saying, where is he? Into turn 2, and I think Pete's got the job done. Yeah, he has, and Mini just slots in behind him. So good move from Pete, but that's cost him half a second. So Mini really just has to stick with him, and he'll get that P4 back again very shortly. Oh, we keep missing it, don't we, these moves? I do apologise for this. Stormfly has managed to get by Mr. Cool Runnings as well. So Brian the mechanic out in front then. He's got about 2 seconds lead over Stormfly, who's just got by Mr. Cool Runnings, but that time will start to come down, I'm sure. Mr. Cool Runnings in third, having a good race so far. I've not seen Mr. Cool Runnings before in a URL race, so whether he is just completely new to the Ultimate Racing League and he's only been doing the Saturdays, I don't know. But so far I'm impressed. He's having a good race, and well, if you can produce liveries like that, he is more than welcome. So Pete in fourth then, Mini in fifth. Let's have a little look further down. Unforgiven, still on those hard tyres, so he's obviously got a plan. He's worked something out, hasn't he? He knows how far he wants to take them. There is the fuel as well, but Unforgiven actually having a good race in sixth on the hard tyres. Grasshopper, he's gone for the mediums, also in the RX-7. He does love the RX-7, does Grasshopper. Started on the mediums, so different tactics altogether for him. It's usually softs or hards that people start with, but Grasshopper straight in there in the middle with the mediums. Preferred tyre as well for most, so we'll see how far he can take them. Usually very good at looking after his tyres is Grasshopper. Then we've got Derg in fantastic looking Supra as well, with the old Union Jack blazoned all over it. And Derg running hard tyres as well. Let's have a look at the time. So Derg's best is about a 2 minutes. His last lap was a 2 minute. So the time is coming down we will have a look at the fastest. Well, Brian the mechanic has got the fastest lap of 1:56.8, but don't forget he is on the soft tyres. Rufus down in 9th at the minute. He's running the medium tyres as well, so he's going same tactics as Grasshopper. Now Grasshopper is his nearest rival in the championship. Rufus currently sitting 3rd in the league table, and Grasshopper is, what is he, 7 points. He's only 7 points behind him, and then Slushy 6 is only a point behind Grasshopper, so it really is tight. So as I said at the beginning of this stream, the battle really is on for that 3rd podium spot in the overall championship, and at the minute Rufus is holding on to it. Hawkeye, oh, Hawkeye's had a bit of a smash. Now I'm not sure I can actually go back on this. I know you can do it if you've got a keyboard. I haven't got a keyboard, so apologies we've missed that one. But Hawkeye, that is not what he wanted, and look at the gap from Rufus back to Hawkeye now. 22, nearly 23 seconds and 45 seconds off the lead, and then poor old Sid the Sloth is a long way back, so not enjoying his outing is Sid. We have the race leader Brian the mechanic into the pit, so he's gone through them soft tyres pretty quickly, hasn't he? Stormfly has decided to stay out. He's got about the same wear actually as Brian the mechanic. So I don't know if did Brian the mechanic run out of fuel as well? No, I don't know. But Stormfly, yeah, he's got about the same wear. So maybe this is a tactics of Brian the mechanic. He's just trying to get in there early, get into the pits early. Is it the undercut they call it or something? Stormfly then takes up the lead. Now then, he's a good 5 seconds, just over 5 seconds ahead of Mr. Cool Runnings in 2nd place. Mr. Cool Runnings also on the soft tyres and looking about 50% wear. So it'll start to feel that now, and Pete is starting to catch on him, but Pete's got the same problem with the tyre wear. Plenty of fuel in these cars, and you can see Pete getting very twitchy through that section. I'm not sure if it's lag or he's just starting to lose the back end a little bit, but Pete definitely getting closer to Mr. Cool Runnings as they go down the straight. 800 metres this straight as they go down the hill towards turn 11, and then they start the climb again up through turn 12, and Pete all over the back of Mr. Cool Runnings. Now both of them running about the same tyre wear. They are on the softs. Let's have a look, see where Brian the mechanic, he's came out in 8th. So it'll be interesting to see when these guys at the top start to pit. Let's just follow Stormfly as he comes around turn 17 back onto the start finish, and there's no way he's coming into the pits yet. So Stormfly staying out, Mr. Cool Runnings and Pete, well, Cool Runnings and Pete both dived into the pits at the same time then, so that means Minnie has now moved up into 2nd. He is on the medium tyres. He has got Grasshopper chasing him down, and then Unforgiven is right up the chuff of Grasshopper. Now Unforgiven on those hard tyres has been from the start. Grasshopper on the mediums, so Unforgiven really showing some good pace here in the Supra. Fastest lap at the minute still belongs to Brian the mechanic, a 1:56.8, and Brian the mechanic now up into 6th. He did lead for the first few laps and then came into the pits to have a change of tyre. He's now gone on to the hards. So a few laps on the hard tyres for Brian the mechanic, but remember the guys up ahead have not come into the pits yet. Stormfly still way out in front. I mean, he's just short of 10 seconds back to Mini on the medium tyres in the RX-7. So Mini can go probably, well, another 2 or 3 laps further than Stormfly can. Fuel is about the same. Well, no, Stormfly's actually used just over half a tank, whereas Mini has been saving his, so there's some definite tactics kicking in now Mini starting on the mediums and looking after his fuel as well. Mini's fastest lap is a 1:59.1, which was lap 6, whereas Stormfly running, well, his fastest lap is a 57. Oh, and Stormfly's coming now then, so race leader into the pits. Mini around turn 17 in the RX7. Is he going to take the lead? Yes, he is. He's staying out, so that means Mini will take up the lead of this race as we start lap 8 of 26. So Mini out on the medium tyres. Excuse me. Grasshopper also in the RX7 on medium tyres, so similar tactics these two, and they now go 1 and 2. Unforgiven in third on the hard, having a great race is Unforgiven. Then we've got Rufus also on the medium tyres. He's now moved up into fourth with Stormfly excuse me, back out. Now he's actually rejoined in fifth and ahead of Bry the Mechanic. So has Bry the Mechanic had a bit of an issue? I think he must have done, because he pitted before Stormfly, and Stormfly has managed to get out in front of Bry the Mechanic. So Bry the Mechanic, who was the early leader of this race, down in 6th on hard tyres. Now what has Stormfly come at? Stormfly's got the hard tyres on as well, but same works for him. The guys in front haven't pitted yet, so he's just got to get a good outlap to try and catch up to the back of the guys up ahead. Then we've got Pete in 7th. He's now out on the medium tyres. He had to make a stop because starting to lose a bit of grip with the softs. Mr. Cool Runnings, he's made his pit stop. He's now out on the medium tyres. Started on the softs, I believe. He's now back out in 8th. Then we've got Derg. He's on the mediums in 9th. Bit of a lonely race at the minute for Derg. Nobody in front, nobody behind. Then we've got Hawkeye, and this really is a lonely race, isn't it? It's like he's the only car out on the track. He's a good 30 seconds behind Derg, but 24, 25, nearly 25 seconds ahead of Sid. And then we've got poor old Sid down in 11th, really struggling in the Jag. I think the Jag does struggle a little bit against some of the other GR3 cars. It's not the quickest, certainly off the line, but well, it's showing a few battle scars, isn't it, especially on the front. So I think Sid has had a few kisses with Barrier, shall we say. But fantastic livery, do like it. Well, who doesn't like a bit of Cadbury's? Go back up to the front then, and Mini well, he's got 2.6, well, 2.5 second lead over Grasshopper. So Grasshopper slowly drawing him in, both on medium tyres, both running well, about similar fuel levels. So this could be an interesting race between these two. Unforgiven still sitting in third, yet to come in. He's done 9 laps on those hard tyres. I thought he might have come in a little bit earlier, but maybe he's saving. He's going to save the soft tyres, try and get the most out of them. He's going to save them for the end of the race. So I've got a feeling Unforgiven may go on to the medium tyres next, and probably look at pitting and putting the softs on for about the last 6 laps, maybe something like that. That may be a tactics for Unforgiven. Just saw in the background then Rufus in the bright green AMG. Still sitting in 4th, also on the medium tyres. He's not made a stop either yet. So none of these 4 guys at the front have come in yet. Stormfly, however, sitting in 5th. He has come into the pits. Now out on the hard tyres. Be interesting to see if he can regain the lead of this race when the guys do pit. Bry the Mechanic started off really well, did Bry. Down in 6th, he made a very early start, probably a little bit too early to be fair, to get rid of the soft tyres, and I think Stormfly stayed out, did maybe another 2 or 3 laps more than Bry did on the soft. But Bry's got tactics, he's got some sort of strategy, I'm sure. So that's Bry in 6th. Then we've got Pete in 7th. Not that far actually. He's what is he? Just under 4 seconds away from Brian the mechanic. He's been chased by Mr. Cool Runnings on the medium tyres. So Mr. Cool Runnings saving the hards for his final stint. So concentrating on trying to catch up to Pete, have a bit of a race with him. Then we've got Dirk down in 9th. Now then, is Dirk catching up? I do believe he... Oh, what we've got, a yellow flag now then. Oh, it's Stormfly. Oh, no. Our championship leader. It doesn't really matter if he wins or not, but I'm sure he wanted to go out with a bang and take the win in this race. But it looks like he's got turn 5 completely wrong. And he's had a bit of a spin there, which has dropped him all the way down to 9th now. So that is so unlucky for Stormfly on the hard tyres. So maybe they're just not quite up to temperature yet. But that's unlucky for Stormfly now in 9th. And just under 4 seconds away from Dirk, just in front of him. So let's just go and have a look and see what's happening up at the top. But he's still Mini out in front. Although that lead is reducing because he's got Grasshopper in the other RX-7 chasing him. And as I say, that time is coming down with every turn. Unforgiven finally into the pits to get rid of those hard tyres. But what a great stint he had on them to get himself up into 3rd. So Unforgiven then into the pits. Onto maybe the mediums, I think. We shall see. Let's just see where it drops him while Mini and Grasshopper fight it out for the lead of this race. As they come around turn 4, down the hill towards turn 5, it is Mini just leading by under a second now to Grasshopper. Grasshopper into the slipstream. So it is the RX-7s really showing the way at the minute. Rufus up into 3rd, yet to make a pit stop though. So Mini, Grasshopper and Rufus have not pitted yet. Ryan the mechanic has, and he's on the hard tyres. Was leading very early on. I think he must have had a bit of an issue at some point that we missed, and it dropped him down the pack, but he's back up into 4th now after a bit of a or shall we say an incident that Stormfly had. So Brian the mechanic up to 4th, although he's got Pete chasing him down. Mr. Cool Runnings in 6th, Dirk in 7th. In fact, shall we go on board with Dirk for a couple of turns as we try and get onto the back of Mr. Cool Runnings Porsche. As we go through turns 6, 7 and 8, then into 9, into 10, onto the straight. I mentioned it before, 800 metre run, and I think Dirk has definitely got the run on him. Down the hill we go towards turn 11, going to be into the braking zone at around about the 50 metre board. You can cut as much of that corner out as you can, and a great move there from Dirk to get it done. But Mr. Cool Runnings is definitely fighting back, isn't he? He wants that 6th position back. Quick look in the mirror, which is strangely in the centre of the dashboard there. Well, why not? But the job done for Dirk. Great move down into turn 5. 6, 11. Oh, shut up. I don't know where I am. It was turn 11 he made the move, wasn't he? Oh, put the map straight, haven't I? I've got a track map in front of me and I keep knocking it with my hand and it keeps spinning round, and instead of straightening it up I just leave it where it is. So then I get myself all confused where the corners are. So Dirk moves up into 6th then with Mr. Cool Runnings in 7th. Stormfly in 8th after his little spill. Now he's coming under attack from Unforgiven, who has, as we predicted, gone onto the medium tyres. So this is what we were talking about earlier. I think Unforgiven is saving the softs for about the last 6, maybe 7 laps, but Unforgiven now can start to put Stormfly under a lot of pressure. Stormfly on the hard tyres, so he's going to have to do some good defending to keep Unforgiven behind him, who has got the better compound tyres. We'll just stick with these two just for a few turns as we come down the hill towards turn 5. The Stormfly defending, he's trying to hold on to that inside line. Unforgiven not quite in an attacking position at the minute. He really needs to get his foot down now, because this is where he needs to make his move. Go through 7 and 8 into 9 and 10, and then once you hit that straight, and head down towards turn 11. This is where you can make up the ground. Now we do know that Supra is quick in a straight line. He is in the slipstream as well, but I don't think he's going to get close enough. No, he's not. He's just going to sit there behind Stormfly now. He really does need to try and get by Stormfly, make the most of these medium tyres. Stormfly in on the hards. We know how quick he is. He's actually the championship leader, and well, I don't think anybody's going to catch him really. All he's got to do is finish the race, and the championship's his. So as I said earlier, I don't think Stormfly really needs to race, but he will. He's just as competitive as the rest of them out there, so he would like to go out with a win, wouldn't he? That's Unforgiven in 9th. Then we've got Hawkeye in 10th, and well, he's not seen another car for a long while, has he? He thinks they've all left him and gone home. It's one of those practical jokes, you know, where you're just driving around on your own thinking that there's other people on track. He wouldn't know, would he? And poor old Sid the Sloth. I think he's been lapped actually, so poor old Sid struggling with that Jaguar down in 11th. So current fastest lap still held by Brian the Mechanic, who picked that up very early on, a 1:56.8. Grasshopper has now managed to get by Mini up at the top, so Grasshopper now takes over the lead. Both of these guys yet to pit. They're both about the same tyre wear, and I think Mini has got a little bit more fuel, but it's not going to make that much difference. They're probably going to have to come in at the same time anyway, unless one of them comes in now. There is at least one, maybe two more laps in that fuel tank, so they may want to push these tyres as actually far as they can. We'll keep an eye on them, because as just going through turn 13 up into 14, we shall see if either of these two guys are going to come into the pits now. They do have a lead of about 10 seconds back to Rufus, but Rufus hasn't pitted either, and the fuel light's on for Rufus, so he's going to have to come in this lap. So the nearest to them then is Brian the Mechanic, who is down in 4th, so maybe Grasshopper and Mini can get in and back out again. Well, they've decided to stay out. Fuel light now on for Grasshopper. I'm sure the fuel light will be coming on for Mini as well very shortly. Rufus has come in, as we said, because he is about out of fuel, so Rufus is making a stop. Brian the Mechanic already made a stop. He's come out on the hard tyres and a full tank of fuel. He's now just under half a tank, and he's got his hands full at the minute trying to fend off Pete. Pete sitting just behind him in 4th. So these two are going to have a bit of a good old battle now. Pete is on the medium tyres, Brian the Mechanic on the hard, so Pete has got the better compound tyres, although they are starting to wear, so he will start to lose the grip a little bit. So if he wants to try and catch up to the guys in front, he really needs to get by Brian the Mechanic as quickly as he can. Excuse me, I need a quick swig of juice. We just saw there that Brian the Mechanic, big complaint put in from the back end of that Supra as they go side by side up through turn 6 and 7 into turn 8, and it's a proper battle here for P3 as Pete just gets his nose in front as they go through turn 10 onto the straight 800-metre sprint now down the hill towards turn 11. It is Pete in P3, Brian the Mechanic in P4 on the hard tyres, both with about half a tank of fuel. Maybe Brian the Mechanic has used just a little bit more, and then Derg has now decided to join this little party as well. So Derg in another one of the Supras right onto the back of these guys. Now then, the race leader Grasshopper is in, Mini is in, so they've decided to make their pit stop and get rid of those medium tyres as we follow Pete, who is currently sitting in P3. He's around turn 16, looking at the entry into turn 17, and then around onto the start finish straight. Pete will take up the lead of this race with Brian the Mechanic pushing him all along. He moves up into P2 with Derg into P3 then, so another change of lead Oh, yeah, Pete's still out there. So Pete, is this our third or fourth leader of this race? So let's have a rundown of the grid, shall we? So Pete leading at the minute from Brian the Mechanic, but Brian the Mechanic really is putting the pressure on. In fact, let's jump on board with Dirk, shall we, as we can get a better view of these two. As we go down the hill towards turn 5, it is still Pete leading Brian the Mechanic. Brian the Mechanic on the hard tyres, Dirk on the medium. I think Pete is also on the mediums. So Brian the Mechanic doing an absolute fantastic job. Dirk though with a much better exit out of turn 5, which now puts him right onto the rear bumper of Brian the Mechanic through turn 9 into turn 10 and then onto the straight. Now then, Dirk, he is in the slipstream, but I don't think he's going to get close enough to make a move. Same for Brian the Mechanic, not quite close enough to Pete to make the move at turn 11. Hard onto the brakes to get this right-hander done. Dirk using as much of the track as he possibly can. Up through turn 12 then, into turn 13 on this right-hander. Oh, as Brian gets it a little bit wrong then. I'm going to sneeze, so excuse me. Oh, gee, excuse me, I don't know where that came from. It's the trouble with live streaming, isn't it? As soon as you start to sneeze, you've had it. As Dirk makes the move on Brian the Mechanic, well, let's get out of here so we can see what's going on. They're side by side through turn 17, onto the start-finish straight. Brian the Mechanic just managing to keep his nose in front, but Dirk is all over the back of him. He's having a good old sniff around the rear end of Brian the Mechanic's car. Cross the start-finish line to start lap 16, into turn 1. It is still Brian the Mechanic just ahead of Dirk in P3. All the while this is happening, Pete is saying, come on boys, you carry on fighting, I want to get away from you. However, the tyres are not looking so fantastic for Pete now. Brian the Mechanic is looking a little bit better on those hard tyres. Dirk also, the wear is starting to kick in, so he'll start to feel that soon. Mini in 4th with Unforgiven all over the back of Mini. He's having a proper look in the boot, isn't he, Unforgiven, as they down the hill into turn 5. Unforgiven tries to go up the inside. Now then, can Mini hold on to it? No, he can't. Mini is on the hard tyres. Unforgiven on the mediums. Has the better grip. He's got the better rubber on there and gets the move done, but Mini is sticking with him. This is some fantastic racing going on here today, isn't there? Unforgiven now up into P4 and he's looking at chasing Dirk down. Mini in 5th. Stormfly has made his way back up into 6th on the hard tyres. Remember, he had a bit of a spill, didn't he, 2 or 3 laps ago? We thought he was going to make his way up and start the lead in this race again. Had that little crash, which put him all the way back down the grid, so he's had to fight his way back through it again. Then we've got Grasshopper down in 7th. He just recently made a pit stop, didn't he, onto the soft tyres, so Grasshopper really looks to be getting a bit of a shake on. 8 seconds off the lead is Grasshopper, but he is on the soft tyres, so let's see what he can do. Rufus down in 8th. He's now running the hard tyres. Mr. Cool Runnings still on the medium tyres, so he'll be looking at changing them very shortly. Hawkeye in 10th and Sid down in 11th, having just made a stop as well for a full tank of fuel and some medium tyres. So back up to the pointy end, and it is Pete still leading Brian the Mechanic and Dirk in 3rd. The Brian the Mechanic on the hard tyres, just under a quarter of a tank of fuel now for him. Dirk pretty much the same on very worn medium tyres. Let's have a look at Pete. So Pete's just got a little bit more fuel and about 50% wear on the tyres. So at the minute, Pete looking quite comfortable and having a fantastic race is Pete. Now, I do believe Pete is slushy 6, and he is currently sitting in 5th position in the league table on 165 points. He is 1 point behind Grasshopper, who is at the minute down in P7 and having a fantastic battle with Stormfly and Mini. Let's jump on board with Grasshopper as we go through turn 9 and 10. onto the back straight as Stormfly makes the move on Mini. Grasshopper looking for a way through, he can't quite find it. He's now having to get very tight onto the inside line. That's a bit too tight actually. He can follow Stormfly through. A great move, but look at how we looked in the mirror and all we could see was the whites of the eyes of Mini. Where is he? We can't see him. We're going to just get out of here just so we can see where he is. Oh, there he is. He is tucked in behind. Some fantastic racing from those guys as Stormfly goes through to 5th, Grasshopper into 6th and Mini into 7th. Mini on the hard tyres though, so some fantastic racing for him on hard tyres. Grasshopper is on the softs, he's got the mediums to come. No, the hards to come. Oh, I can't remember. Stormfly on the hards, and he's going to have to come into the pits because he's about out of fuel. So Stormfly is in, Brian the mechanic is in, the race leader Pete is also in. So Derg is now taking up the lead. No, Unforgiven has got it. Wow, this must be about the 6th person to lead this race. So Unforgiven moves up into P1 on the medium tyres. Derg just behind him, also on the medium tyres, although fuel is a bit of an issue for Derg, so he's not going to be able to maintain that kind of pace for very long. He is actually glued to the back of Unforgiven, but I think Unforgiven should, if he stays out of trouble, he should be able to maintain that position because he does have the better tyres and he does have a little bit more fuel. So Derg, I think, will be coming into the pits first. Unforgiven has got at least 1, maybe 2 more laps ahead of Derg. Grasshopper sitting in 3rd, he's on the soft tyres and well, he is definitely catching up with these boys, isn't he? Mini in 4th on the hard tyres. Then we've got Rufus, he's also on the hard tyres, he's sitting in 5th. He's actually currently 3rd in the league on 173 points. He's actually 7 points ahead of Grasshopper. So I'm not even going to try and work it out of who needs to finish where. But it is all looking very, very tight. You have to excuse me if I'm starting to sound a bit bunged up. The hay fever's really playing up today. So apologies for that. So still out at the top then. Let's have a look and work our way down the grid, shall we? Unforgiven in the lead of this race and opening up a bit of a gap back to Derg, who is going to have to pit. Well, he's not coming this time, so he's definitely going to have to pit at the end of next lap. Grasshopper right on the back end of Derg now. Grasshopper on the soft tyres, although they are starting to wear down. So Grasshopper really needs to clear Derg out of the way and try and get some distance between himself and the guys behind before those tyres start to wear out. And you can see that Grasshopper is desperately looking for a way by. As we come out of turn 4 and starting down the hill, Grasshopper tries to position himself on the inside. To be fair, I don't think Derg's going to fight it very hard. And around we go, and Grasshopper gets the move done quite easily. And just as I thought, Derg really didn't fight it. He knows he's struggling on tyres. He's got to try and preserve a bit of fuel as well. So Derg will be in at the end of this lap. Let's have a look. Where's Mini? Oh, he's fine for fuel. He's got another lap and maybe 2 laps before he has to come in. I think he's probably doing the minimum on the hard tyres. Then we've got Rufus in 5th. Ryan the mechanic in 6th, now on the medium tyres, with Pete in 7th, Stormfly in 8th, Mystical Runnings 9th, Hawkeye 10th, and Sid the Sloth in 11th. And I'm just having a quick look down the grid, and I think there's only Hawkeye and Sid the Sloth who haven't actually led this race. Or maybe did Rufus lead? Oh, I can't remember now, but I think nearly everybody else has had a go. As we're following Unforgiven around turn 14, Grasshopper in 2nd. Really putting the pressure on now. Grasshopper on the softs, Unforgiven on the mediums now then. Unforgiven has got the softer tyres to come. So Grasshopper would love to get by him and get some distance between the two of them before Unforgiven does go onto the softer tyres. And I think Grasshopper has got to go onto the hards as well, so this is going to be a very interesting battle towards the end, as Grasshopper positions himself on the inside as they go around turn 2. Just gets his nose ahead as they come through turn 3, then up towards turn 4. Grasshopper still on the inside. Oh no, Unforgiven battled back and has retaken the lead of this race, but Grasshopper right underneath him in the slipstream as they go down the hill towards turn 5 for the 20th time. 6 laps to go and Grasshopper just cannot get by Unforgiven and make it stick. Rufus still sitting there in 3rd. I really don't want to leave this battle, but we are going to leave it and go down the rest of the grid, I think, as Grasshopper slots in behind Unforgiven again. I tell you what we'll do, we'll follow these guys down the back straight and into turn 11, and then we'll see what's happening elsewhere on the grid. I just want to see if Grasshopper is getting into the slipstream, if he can make a move. There is probably a car and a half length, no, maybe two car lengths between them. So Rufus in 3rd, then Brian the Mechanic up into 4th. So trying to recover something from his race. Dirk in 5th, he is now out on the softs until the end of the race now. That's his final stop, I believe. So Dirk, he's going to be pushing. Now it says he's 29 seconds off of the lead, but Unforgiven hasn't come into the pitch yet. Stormfly in 6th. He's on the medium tyres, and I think that's his final stop done. Mini in 7th. He's having a bit of a fight with Pete at the minute, as Mini manages to hold on to 7th. Pete, though, all over the back of him, sitting in 8th as they chase Stormfly up the hill through, turn 12. Then we've got Mr. Cool Runnings down in 9th, as Unforgiven, the race leader, does come into the pits. Now then, let's have a look. Grasshopper has carried on through. So Grasshopper retakes the lead. Unforgiven still in the pits. Rufus, Rufus has come in as well. Now Brian the Mechanic around turn 17 then. He's looking at the crossing the start-finish line. Is he going to get past Unforgiven, or will Unforgiven get out in time? And Unforgiven just coming out of the pits into turn 1. So Unforgiven back out after making his final stop. He's on the soft tyres. Enough fuel to take him to the end of the race, and he is now in P2. Grasshopper and P1. Tyres really starting to hurt him on the front, so he's got one more stop to go. I don't think Grasshopper's ran the hard tyres either. Wow, Unforgiven then. This race is there for him if he wants it. Brian the Mechanic in 3rd on the mediums. He will do well to catch Unforgiven, who is now out on a fresh set of soft boots. Dirk in 4th. Also on the soft tyres, although they are a lap older than Unforgiven's. Then we've got Stormfly in 5th. Mini is in 6th. Pete is 7th. Rufus 8th. He's out on the soft tyres now. Bit of a gap actually. He's got just over 9 seconds between himself and Pete. So a bit of push in for Rufus. Mr. Cool Runnings in 9th. Hawkeye 10th and Sid down in 11th. So we're with the race leader at the minute, Grasshopper. He's got just under 23-second gap between himself and Unforgiven, but he has got to make a pit stop. We are on lap 21 of 26, and there we go. Grasshopper is into the pits now, and I believe he is going to go on to the hard tyres. So Unforgiven then, it's there for the taking as he comes around turn 16, down the hill towards turn 17. Onto the start finish straight. Grasshopper getting the tyres sorted and out. So Grasshopper has managed to get out in front of Unforgiven. Now then, he's got about 6 seconds. Unforgiven though is on the softer tyre, and there's hardly any wear on them at all, so Unforgiven can really start to push now. Grasshopper on the hard tyres, cold hard tyres as well. Although with the sun shining, the track temperature is quite high. I don't think the tyres are going to warm up within the next lap or two. It usually does take maybe two to 3 laps for the hard tyres to fully warm up. So Unforgiven really has got to push now. 4.7 seconds, and it is falling as well. And we've got 4 laps, including this one, till the end of the race. Brian the mechanic in third, started off leading this race, made a pit stop, dropped down the grid. I think he must have had a bit of an incident as well somewhere along the lines, because he did fall off the pace a little bit. But he's having a great race now and got himself back up into third. He is on the medium tyres. Derg sitting in fourth on the softs, and Derg has got a purple sector and the fastest lap now. So Derg with the fastest lap, a 1:56.8, so he's not sparing the horses, is he? Derg fancies himself to get onto the podium. He has got to get by Brian the mechanic though to do so, and at the minute he's got just over a second gap. So let's have a look and see what they're lapping at. Well, Grasshopper is in the about 1:59s. That's just before he came into the pits. So we'll just keep an eye on his lap time as he comes around turn 17 then to go across the start finish line to start lap 23. So 4 laps to go for Grasshopper. What's it registered now? 58, I think it was. Unforgiven really getting hammered down now. He's took the fastest lap of 56.4, so Unforgiven, he wants to win this race, doesn't he? Let's have a look where he is. He is second in the league at the minute. He can't, I don't think he can catch Stormfly. Even with double points, I don't think he's going to catch him. All Stormfly has to do is actually finish the race. But Unforgiven can secure his second spot on the podium. Brian the mechanic in third, maintaining the gap between himself and Unforgiven, but he has got Derg all over the back of him, and Derg is on the softer tyres, although they are started to show signs of wear now. So if Derg wants to get onto the podium, he really needs to hurry up and do something very quickly before those tyres just start to drop off from him. Mini in fifth. He's had a good race, hasn't he, in the RX-7. Stormfly in sixth. Bit of an up and down race for him. We thought he was going to walk away with it early on, didn't we? He was really coasting, but had that incident and it seemed to, well, knock all the wind out of him. Down in sixth and trying to recover. Pete in seventh with Rufus in eighth chasing him down, and it looks like Rufus is looking at trying to make a move on Pete as Pete goes defensive into turn 11, and Rufus goes all the way around the outside, and if he completes that it'd have been a hell of a move, but he didn't quite get it done. But he's now on the attack again as they come up through turn 9, so Pete having to do everything he can to keep Rufus off of his back. Rufus still pushing Pete around turn 14, and Rufus is still pushing. He's trying to get onto the inside, but if he does it there, he's going to be on the outside as they come into the final turn. Oh, and Rufus kicking up a bit of dirt into turn 17 they go. Pete still trying to hold on to that inside line, still side by side. Fantastic racing between these two guys. Pete going defensive again, lets Rufus know exactly where he's going to put that car, but no, he's opened the door again, and I thought Rufus would dive up the inside, but no, couldn't quite get it done. Fantastic racing between these two guys for P7. We are going to have to go up and see what's happening a little. Well, no, we won't. We're going to wait. We're on lap 24. We're okay just for another couple of corners. It is still Unforgiven leading Grasshopper. No, it was Grasshopper. Unforgiven has took the lead. Sorry, Unforgiven has took the lead while we're watching these two. I really didn't want to leave these two because of the battle they were having. So Unforgiven is now leading, Grasshopper in second and Derg third. In fact, let's just go up and see what's happening, shall we? So Unforgiven out in front now on the softer tyres. He's got enough fuel to take him to the end of the race, and he's opened up the gap already back to Grasshopper, who is on the hard tyres. It was always a big ask for Grasshopper to stay out in front and win this race when he left the hard tyres till last. Derg in third. Now then, let's have a look. He's well, just under 3 seconds off the back of Grasshopper. He is on the soft tyres, although they are very worn now. So Grasshopper, Derg looking good for a podium finish. just depends which step he's going to be on. He'll be pushing to try and get by Grasshopper and take that P2 away from him. Unforgiven though out in front, and he's off and running. As we start lap 25, you can see they're coming up to the back of Sid, who pulls over to let these guys through. Well done to Sid for that. He didn't want to get in the way. Old Vodka Rob has joined us. Evening, how are you? I am very well, thank you, sir. Good to have you with us, although we are very near the end of this race. So Unforgiven then, looks like he's got this one sewn up. 2.5 second gap then between himself and Grasshopper. Grasshopper just ahead of Derg in third. Then we've got Brian the Mechanic. We've got Mini in fifth, Stormfly in sixth, Pete in seventh, Rufus in eighth, still fighting with Pete. Mystical Runnings in ninth, Hawkeye 10th, and Sid down in 11th. So let's have a look, see where this fight's taking place. So Unforgiven, Grasshopper and Derg. Oh, Vodka Rob says, sorry, I've been practicing for tomorrow. Don't have to apologise to me, sir. You get your practice in. You get the practice in. I've not done any practice myself, actually, for that. I really need to get a couple of laps in at least. I don't even know where we're going. Where are we tomorrow? I can't even remember. I'll worry about that later. So Brian the Mechanic in fourth. Mini, then Stormfly, Pete, and Rufus. Oh, Vodka Rob said he needs it. Yeah, you and me both, my friend. You and me both. So the battle between Pete and Rufus has calmed down. Pete has managed to open up a gap, so Rufus obviously had a bit of an issue. And, oh, it's Nürburgring. Oh, of course it is. It's the Nürburgring GP thing, isn't it? Yes. Oh, great. Thanks for cheering me up. So let's go back up to the top then and see what's happening with Unforgiven as he crosses the line for the final time, for the final lap, sorry. Maybe a little bit of fuel preservation. The lights on, got enough for one more lap. He will know exactly how much fuel he's got in there or how far it'll take him. Grasshopper's still holding on to second. He's got plenty of fuel. Derg in third. Definitely enough fuel to get to the end of the lap. Has he got the beans though to catch up to the back of Grasshopper? He's just over 1.5 seconds away from him. He desperately needs Grasshopper to make a mistake, get himself up into P2. Then we've got Brian the Mechanic. Good race from Brian the Mechanic. Started off really well, made a very early pit stop, probably a bit too early I think, but has managed to get himself back up through the grid and into fourth. So good racing from him. Stormfly in fifth. He's got Mini chasing him down. I've not seen Mini race before, and from what I've seen, yes, it is. I agree with you, Vodka Rob, saying that livery is beautiful. Yes, it is. If you want the Mina one on Mini, and then, well, Mr. Cool Runnings, I mean, look at that for livery. It's a fantastic livery from Mr. Cool Runnings. But we are going to go up and see our race leader, and provided he doesn't make a mistake, soon to be crowned overall winner of the race is Unforgiven as we come up towards turn 14. Grasshopper still in second with Derg in third, but it is Unforgiven who has played an absolute blinder today. Got his strategy absolutely spot on as he heads down towards turn 17 for the final time. Excuse me. A brilliant race from Unforgiven and a well-deserved victory. Are we going to get a flash of the lights? No, we're not. He just cruises across like it's, yeah, and again, I've won again. Grasshopper in second then, Derg in third. So that was your podium lineup for this Saturday. Brian the Mechanic across the line in fourth, Stormfly fifth, Mini sixth. Pete is seventh, or is he? Rufus fighting back again. These two have had a proper ding-dong over the last 3, 4, 5 laps. Pete just managing to hold on to seventh, but Rufus hasn't finished, has he? As they come around turn 17 for the final time, and these two are going to have an absolute sprint finish to the line. Who's going to get it? And it looks like Rufus has just nicked it with Pete in eighth. Well, there wasn't a lot in that, was there? Mr. Cool Runnings is going to come home in ninth. Great racing from Rufus and Pete there. I thought Pete had that pretty much sewn up. The gap was, what, a second and a half or something like that between himself and Rufus. So Rufus just came back from absolutely nowhere to take P7, so well done to him. Mr. Cool Runnings is going to come home in 9th as we follow him around turn 17. Unforgiven saying, yippee, yes, well deserved win there, sir. Thoroughly deserved win. Got the tactics absolutely spot on. So Mr. Cool Runnings across the line in 9th. And then we're just going to follow Hawkeye, who's not enjoyed himself at this track, unfortunately. But he'll be back to fight another day, I'm sure, as he just comes around the final couple of turns. So I'm going to say congratulations to Stormfly for the overall championship win. Unforgiven, who came in 2nd, and I'm not too sure about 3rd. As I say, there was only 7 points separating Ruthless and Grasshopper. So you will have to check out the Ultimate Racing League Facebook page to get the final results. So let's just have a quick look at the results, shall we? So Unforgiven, well, he takes the win. He also takes the fastest lap as well. So congratulations to Unforgiven. Grasshopper came in 2nd with Derg in 3rd. Then Brian the Mechanic, Stormfly in 5th, Mini 6th, 7th was Rufus, 8th was Pete, 9 Mr. Cool Runnings, 10th was Hawkeye, and 11th was Sid the Sloth. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy this content, please remember to hit that like button. If you've not already subscribed, if you could do so, I would really appreciate it. We are just short of 200 subs. Now I know that's not much in the grand scheme of things, but it would mean everything to me if we could actually hit 200. We are 7 short. So anybody that's not sub, if you could, I would really appreciate it. Vodka Rob said cheers. Yes, cheers to you, my friend. Good luck tomorrow as well. I need to get a bit of practice in, so I might. No, I won't. It's 8:45. Okay, guys, I shall leave it there, and I shall catch up with you all very soon. Thanks for watching.